Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Fringe reaction. This is season 14 season 14? What the? Season 4 episode 15, short story about love. For some reason I just could not get that title to stay in my head. I must have read it about 4 times. And then every time I went to say it I couldn't remember what it was. I've forgotten it already. It's really weird. A short story about love. This has got to be to do with Peter realising, or practically being force-fed the information that this isn't his timeline and that Olivia is not his Olivia. And it's finally sunk in now. So we should be heading for a concerted effort to send Peter home, which will be good. We also got a lot of information about the Watchers, the Observers, that they are from the future. Quite a long time in the future, and that got me thinking that, well, the only thing, because we had that guy who found a device that is used by the Observers and he was able to see the future, albeit that he didn't quite know how to interpret what he was seeing fully. But he did. He could see possible futures. And the only device we've seen that with that power is the machine. So I'm wondering if the Observers somehow gain their power because of the creation of the machine. It's some sort of upgraded version of the machine. And also, what's going to happen to Peter? Like, obviously he needs the machine to be built in this timeline in order to travel back to his own timeline, but the last time he used it he got propelled into a possible future. So could the same thing happen again? Is that how the Observers got into the future in the first place? Because the future that we saw looked very bleak. But with the Observers, I suppose we're talking about, 10, 20, maybe generations later. That's the way it felt. It didn't feel like it was only like 100, 200 years in the future. It felt a lot longer than that because, the writing system's completely changed. So now we have a short story about love, which has got to be about Peter and Olivia, hasn't it?
Hey Jane, it's Celia. God, it was a beautiful service. I know this was honestly expensive.
Who are you? Ooh. I don't think you're supposed to be here.
Who are you? What do you want?
Is he a shapeshifter? It's the person that died. The person whose funeral you've just come back from. Okay, so how did you survive? What's going on? You're her husband from the other side, maybe? I mean, I hope so, otherwise what's going on now is very inappropriate. Oh, what are you doing? And why are you doing? Well, I guess that's this week's case. All the things that keep happening to our characters are really a B story to the mystery, but just lately it's felt the other way round. That the important stuff is happening in the character development.
What do you see?
I see him disappear and then the table get knocked over.
Again, do you see the blip?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw it then.
I believe something happened here that was undetectable to the human eye.
Jane Hall. She was found by her sister.
That's severe bruising.
Those aren't bruises. The victim's skin had a reaction to some type of chemical residue left by the assailant's hands. This is the second killing in a month where a woman has had the same marks. Both were recently widowed.
And the husbands died under mysterious circumstances.
Their bodies were dumped in fields, completely dehydrated. As a matter of fact, Ms. Hall had just arrived home from her husband Mark's funeral when she was killed. In both cases, DNA of the deceased husbands was found at the victims' necks.
You're saying that both widows were killed by their dead mates?
It appears that's what the evidence is saying.
Yes.
But her husband's body was only exhumed 15 minutes ago.
When he was at that vial and he was scraping it across his dead wife's body, was he planting evidence, planting something there, or taking samples?
Hello.
Peter, I need you here immediately. Where are you? Anyway, you must come back to the lab at once.
Why? What's going on?
I think the observer may have done something to your eye.
Done something to your eye?
Whatever he did, it wasn't seen by the other observers.
All I care about is what he's done to you.
No, that's important. If he can do things without the other observers knowing about it. What could the observer have possibly done to his eye that Peter didn't know?
Something in there.
Oh.
It's got writing on it. Address 228.5 Morrow Street. It's amazing. I suspect this message, if left alone to run its course, would have fully dissolved, taking its place firmly in your mind's eye.
Agent Farnsworth said to bring her in if we were here first.
Who is she?
Jane Hall. I think it's a case, Walter.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
He's so self-absorbed in what he's doing, he forgot what his job was.
He was literally killed by extreme dehydration.
Among other things that are lost with such dehydration are pheromones. It wasn't only Mr. Hall's DNA found on his widow's neck. Specifically, it was a very concentrated solution of Mark's pheromones, which is what's causing the burning on the victim's neck.
Oh, that's why she thought that it was her husband.
So he is targeting couples, killing the male, extracting the pheromones.
Do you think that he's trying to win the female?
A love potion? Possibly.
Where is he now?
222.5, or 2, wasn't it? Music's leading me up to thinking that there's going to be a jump scare or something. And that's a setup, isn't it? It's like a pretend place.
Walter, my memories are slipping. Well, I didn't tell anybody that it was happening because if Peter was going to be with me, then I didn't think about the consequences. I just didn't care. whatever it is that's happening. And I want you to try and stop it. I want you to see if you can reverse it. I want to go back to who I was.
She spotted something. Oh. Oh, you spotted a couple.
I can do that if you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Thank you.
Are you ready? Oh, you two look so in love. Beautiful.
That's great.
Perfect.
You guys from around here?
Yeah, Brookline.
Come on, Oliver.
Oh. He draws the line there, doesn't he? You know he's got a line that he won't cross.
Well, take care.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Andrew, be sure to get the leg in the background.
I mean, it's a bit weird, isn't it?
I could take that picture for you if you want.
He thinks nothing of, like, killing people, experimenting on them, doing whatever. But he draws a line at leaving a kid orphaned.
The one thing that they said about both couples is that they had great, solid, loving marriages.
So?
So maybe he's targeting couples that personify the kind of love that he wants.
No. Meanwhile, what has Peter found? It seems like the Observer's meeting place, no? Hideout? Oh, here we go. I think he's finding things that he's not supposed to find. Yeah, they're binocular things.
Hey, Astrid.
Hey, where are you?
We're just leaving Sentex. We're on our way to KJS next.
Forget about that place. Empire World Fragrance fired one of its employees a few months ago for theft. Guess what he stole?
Oh, that's how he dehydrates the man. Which is pretty horrific. You still got to figure out why he's doing this. What is his purpose? Oh, it's definitely pointing to something. I thought it might be used to track him, and that's why it's always bleeping, because he's right there, but it's not. Oh. 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 Well, from right at the beginning, those things that they observed coming down. Right in the first season. Now, I take it she doesn't know her husband's dead yet, or even missing.
It's okay. We're with the FBI. My name is Agent Olivia Dunham. What are you doing? Are you Diana Sutter? Believe me when I tell you that we are going to make sure that he doesn't hurt you or anybody else.
We're in position.
Well, he didn't turn up for the other woman until after the funeral.
Mrs. Sutter, is it possible that your husband may have been having an affair?
Oh. They're at the wrong house.
What are you doing in my house?
I need to know the why. Because none of it made sense.
Do you know how much pain you caused?
I don't want you to think that I did it for me.
And why did you do it then?
But not just for me.
Oh. It was all for you, wasn't it?
Right chemicals, just the right
you have? None. I can smell that you're in love.
What, so he's just using his apparent disfigurement as an excuse to be a shit person? Because every interaction we saw him in the park, every interaction, people treated him perfectly normally. So there's no reason why he couldn't have found love the way normal people do. Do we find out what this does? Oh, it's a beacon. Oh.
Thank you.
That's right.
For what? They hid the universe from me. They locked me out.
You mean the other observers?
Yes. What I led you to is a beacon. I needed you to activate it, so I could find my way back.
So I helped you.
Why are the other observers against you? Why are they locking you out?
Please. Help me get back home.
We're going to end it there, aren't we?
You have been home all along. She is your Olivia.
I don't know whether to believe this observer or not. That was that was a pretty good episode. They all are. So I'm not entirely sure about this observer now. Why did the other observers lock him out? Why is he against or working against the other observers, or why are the other observers working against him? Because we don't know, we don't really know their motives or their end goals, really, so it's hard to know which ones are being the rebellion and which ones aren't. But why? And are we to assume that, like, this is the prime timeline now, and it always has been? There can only be one timeline, so there was no other timeline for him to get back to. He's now shaping this timeline to become more like the one he remembers. But there are so many differences. I'm not sure I like this explanation. This is difficult because, I mean, the Nina on the other side is way worse than our prime timeline Nina from the other side. The relationship between Nina and Olivia, our Nina and Olivia, is far, far different from the relationship that original Olivia and Nina had. And that's got nothing to do with Peter. No matter how much he wills it, he can't. Like, if Olivia becomes his memory of Olivia, that's affecting Nina, and there's nothing that Peter can do about that. That is a completely separate relationship. He can't will that into the mould of what he remembers, because it's nothing to do with him. So I'm not sure I like this explanation. I'm going to have to see where it leads, because I think that's the only explanation we're going to get. Like, I don't think this is going to be a fake out, and really there is two timelines and Peter does have to get back to it. I think this is the answer, and I need to find out where it's going to lead, because right now it doesn't seem like a good one, a good move. For 4 seasons, and the show is finally going in a direction that I'm not entirely not happy about, because I don't know where it's going to lead. I'm not entirely confident in. This is going to make the next few episodes going to be telling, shall we say, telling. Of course, we've got the other observers to come. Oh, I'll just shut up now. Okay then, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Till then, keep well, stay safe, bye bye.